Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages, game week is here. We're going to sneak in a second outsiders this week. We're going to pick Texas and Ohio State. Here we go. And we are brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Check out ponchooutdoors.com. They've got an incredible deal for you this year. If you buy the shirt and your team wins the national championship, they're going to refund you the money for the shirt. We'll get you those details coming up. Go to ponchooutdoors.com. 10 teams. There's 10. 10. It's 10. 10 teams. And certain shirts. We'll show you the logo that you look for coming up. Chance Mock is here. We're always looking for him. The Country Gorilla Bo Edge is here. We're always looking for him. Jason Dick, apparently protesting the show one more day, not on the show. Jason, get well, or I don't know what's going on. But
See,
we hope you can join us. It's the Pick'em show. And
Chad, you just said, Chance, we're always looking for you. Bo, we're always looking for you. No, Jason, we're always looking for you.
That's true. That is true. Jason is not here, and I have not received a pick, so I'll be making Jason's pick for him coming right up. We will have some fun in this show as Texas gets ready to play Ohio State. We got a Mock 5 Top 5 from Chance, got a Dick Move of the Week. Gentlemen, let's just jump right in and start picking this game. Who wants to go first? Who's got a score for me? Texas and Ohio State. Who's going first?
I'll go first because I think Bo will probably be a little bit more over the top than I am.
Okay.
So I'll go first. Are
you
good with that, Bo?
Go for it.
I feel like you need to follow this up. So I do think Texas has the edge. And I went on a show this week with a couple SEC guys, and it was quite an interesting to hear their take on things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the defense wins championship mantra will mean more in this game than any other game of the season because it's the first game of the season. You're on the road. You need that defense to play well. Regardless of his Arch has had a couple starts, he's new. It's a new experience for him, and that defense is going to carry him. I don't think Ohio State's going to score very much. I think Texas wins 24-17.
24-17 Texas is Chance's score. I would like to watch that game. That looks like an entertaining game. Bo Edge, do you also agree that the Longhorns are winning this thing?
Yes. And for some of the same reasons that Chance was mentioning, I do think this will be more of a defensive slugfest than an up and down shootout. But I think Texas has a little more firepower on defense when it comes to the fact that Julian Sayin has never been up against a defense in college football. Like, this is going to be it's going to mess him up. And so I think the mistakes from Sayin will kind of tilt the seesaw in the wrong direction. Finalized by, you remember last year when they played us and it was a very close game until the very end, until the sack fumble, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an interception from Sayin that makes it a 2-score game. Texas 27, Ohio State 13.
A little 27-13.
Just going to reverse the script.
So turn it into the end. It's 20-13 late. Ohio State's driving to try to tie. Texas gets the pick six, is what you're saying.
And it's going to be Jalen Gilbo.
Oh, and he's even calling his shot.
Well, because he's got Bo in his name, and damn it, I've had enough crap go on. I want go Bo.
Gilbo.
Gilbo.
That's who's doing it. Okay. Fair enough. Gentlemen, I've been asking myself all week, is anybody taking the Buckeyes? I finally found somebody. Jason Dick, when he is not on the show for the Pick'em show and he does not send us a pick, well, then we get to make the Jason Dick joke pick of the week. And here it is. Bo gave me 2 numbers. Jason Dick picks Ohio State to win 47-7. Jason, sorry. You got to show up or you got to send us a pick. As far as I go, guys, I'm with y'all. I'm leaning Texas. And let's see, y'all went 7-4. My margin's a little less. I think we are in for a defensive rock fight to a degree. I think we're going to be watching a 10-all kind of a game. I think home field gets you a field goal if you're Ohio State. But I'm trusting the Magic Man, Arch Manning. Jason, what up? To get you a touchdown that makes the difference. 17-13 Texas. Same score as Shock the Nation over Penn State, by the way, for you history majors. 17-13 Longhorns is my prediction. So we are all picking Texas to win the game. And all jokes aside, we know Jason Dick, the president of the Arch fan club, would have probably said 56-0 if we had him on the show right now. Y'all know that's true.
100% true.
He may actually be in Vegas trying to see how much he can put on a 56-0 scoreline.
Yeah, he probably is. He probably is. So there you go. Texas is the pick. We are, of course, debuting the show on a Friday morning about 10 a.m. We know you're excited, getting ready for stuff. So whenever you're checking out the show, jump into the comments. We'll jump in there too. Give us your score predictions. What do you think is going to happen? We'll jump in there for you and have those discussions on a Friday and early Saturday. Thank you guys for all your support.
And hopefully, Chad.
Yeah.
Because I think you're about to get to what I think you're about to get to.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully there's quite a few people that are listening to us right now, not as the moment we're speaking, but at the moment that it goes out.
Yeah.
They're heading north up to Columbus, and they can put us on for a little bit.
They can
get their little fill on their way to Columbus.
Take the Outsiders to Columbus with you. It's a great idea, Chance. It's a perfect idea. Jump on in the comments. Not if you're the driver. If you're in the back seat or you're the passenger, jump into the comments and be like, oh man, I can't believe Bo Edge said that. Tell Bo I said hey. All that stuff. Passenger seat. Do that while you're driving up to Columbus. All right, so it is the Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Let's lay this out for you. Are we all wearing ponchos? I think we are. Yes, right? Oh, yep. We've all got ponchos on. We love them. You hear us talk about poncho all the time. But this natty back guarantee is pretty damn cool. We'll start with Texas. We'll get to the other stuff later. But 10 teams are eligible, and the most choices does belong to Texas. So here they are. The Bertha, the San Jacinto, and the Drag, the natty back guarantee. I'm going to read it to you. If your team wins the title, you'll score a full refund. Look for the natty back football icon and purchase that college logo shirt before October 1st. So see the upper right corner, that football that says natty backed. Those are the shirts. This isn't every poncho shirt. It's these specific shirts. Longhorn fans, you're the only ones that have this many choices. No other team has 3 choices. Remember, when you see the word Western under the Bertha, that's the mother of pearl snaps. You see the original, that's the regular buttons. So check out ponchooutdoors.com. Make sure you mention the Outsiders. Gentlemen, I love that idea. It's almost like a Chance. You're in the Woodlands, Houston area. You're a Houston area boy. It's got like a Mattress Mac feel to it, where you say, buy that badass shirt, and if the team gets it done, you know what? We'll go ahead and pay for the shirt.
Oh, and the way that Mac does it is so great because he's not allowed to say the Super Bowl, right? So, he's like, if your team in the big game that's in February on Sunday,
the big game
watching,
yeah, right?
He can't say Super Bowl because that's trademarked, so he can't say it.
Yeah,
he also can't.
Yes, and we'll get you the 9 other teams coming up in a few minutes. We'll get you the 9 other teams. If you don't think Texas is going to win the title, and maybe your team is one of these other 9, we'll get you those coming up.
Is this where UTEP makes an appearance?
It is not. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. UTEP does not make an appearance, but it is really cool, though. We've already talked about Poncho adding the Texas logo to a couple shirts, the word Texas. Bo showed that one off. And now they're doing it with multiple teams. These are sharp shirts. So trust us. If you know somebody that digs some of the other teams, you might need to put something on your Christmas gift list as well. So we're all picking Texas to beat Ohio State. We will continue the discussion around that. Also, we've got the Mock 5 Top 5 coming up tonight. Pure coincidence that Texas is going to Columbus, and we're talking about the 5 worst fan bases in college football. Just complete coincidence. In fact, there's no chance that they're in the top 5. None.
None at all.
Not none. Actually, there's a really good chance, but we'll get to that. We'll get to the worst fan bases out there after we hear from one of our great partners, and that is the good folks at Covert Ford. Here's Kimberly.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Covert, and since 1909, the Covert family has been committed to Austin's community. For 116 years, we've grown with Texas, driving progress, building trust, and serving the Austin community. Whether it's the all-new 2025 F-150 or the versatile 2025 Ford Maverick, we're here to help you find the perfect fit, just like we've done for generations. At Covert Ford, it's more than cars. It's about family, service, and a legacy of trust. Visit covertford.com and become part of our story.
Chance, you know when you talked about that spot where Terry Crews is helping the football players to be actors or whatever that thing is? Right. I would love a spot where we have the coverts sitting around talking about, like, when did they know that a particular covert could deliver the spot? Because it's such a pleasant delivery, and they all kind of have that similar, you know what I mean? I get that similar feeling when I hear different. Yeah, it's like, do they sit around at Thanksgiving and just shout out like promos and stuff?
But she gives you that, like, she feels like the lady next door that you feel comfortable to go buy a car from. Like, you trust her, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And you also get the feeling that if Kimberly needed to, she could change a tire like a NASCAR pit crew. Like, there's something about her that tells me she could change a tire like right now.
I feel like she's been rolling around those dealerships since she was literally in a stroller rolling around those dealerships. So
exactly.
She's probably pretty good.
Shout out to Covert Ford for their great partnership. All right.
So Chad, before you go too far, because I know you get your script, I want to ask, this is a buy or sell.
Okay.
For both of you guys. So we know what this defense did against Jeremiah Smith last year.
Yeah.
If I told you this defense was going to hold Jeremiah Smith under 100 yards on Saturday, you buying or selling?
I'd buy under 100. Yes.
I'd buy it.
I think it's like I've been trying to figure out like catches and yards chance. I don't think it's 1 for 3 again. I think it's like in the 5 for 60-ish.
If he goes 5 for 60, Texas wins big.
Something like that. I feel like that's the neighborhood they can keep him in. Something like that.
That's kind of the lane that I have it in. Like, I think Texas is going to bracket him in a way that makes it virtually impossible for a guy who hasn't played at the Division I level to truly trust it. Chance, you tell me.
The ball's got to come out before he's ready. You have to trust where he's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like this is, guys, it's like if you didn't know how to drive a car and I put you in a Ferrari. That's what, to me, Sayan's dealing with Smith. That's one of the greatest weapons college football has. It may be the greatest weapon college football has. It's like, right, but I don't know how to parallel park. You know, you're asking him to do a lot. Asking him to do it when they host Penn State, that's totally different. By November, that might be a deadly combination. I just don't know if it is here, which, guys, brings me to the biggest theme of this game for me overall. Both fan bases need to be worried about their offensive line. They need to be focused on it because neither has the perfect offensive line they want. I do think Texas will be a little better in this category, but to what you're talking about here, Chance, the defenses they'll face, these offensive lines, it's, you know, they're good, but I don't know if either one of them is going to be great. And for Sayan specifically here, he's facing the bigger weapons. To me, he's facing Simmons and he's facing Hill. If Sawyer and Tuimoloau were back in this game,
different ball game.
I think I'd pick the Buckeyes. Like, I really think they're that important. And certainly if they and those 2 running backs were back, I'd pick the Buckeyes. Okay. But they've lost so much.
Well, here's the deal, though, Chad, is that Manning can throw away from downs all day long. That's their biggest player on defense, and the dude's going to be a phenomenal NFL player. He's a first-round pick, probably in the top 15. He can throw away from him all day. The difference is Sayan can't get away from that pass rush. He can't get that. That's where it all starts and stops. And, you know, when I was on that show earlier this week with a bunch of these SEC guys, they were saying, but Texas's line. And I said, look, both of these lines are new. They're new playing together. That's the thing. And I said, there's no unit in football. You could compare it maybe to a defensive backfield having to know where each other is, but there's no other group that has to work together, has to pass off twists and understand what's coming and handing it off to the other and picking up. Then the offensive line, that only comes from playing together. And no offense to these, you know, our defense is great. I get it. But game speed is a whole lot different. Like, that's kicking it up a notch. I know that you go against, Simmons and Hill and those guys and Trey Moore and all them. You go against them every day, Ethan Burke and that whole crew. But their speed goes up on Saturdays. You get that adrenaline going, you get amped up, the speed goes up. So neither of these lines have had to face what they're going to see on Saturday as a group yet.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So in terms of Arch, Bo, I'll start with you on this, but I've been trying to think about I think the advantage is Arch slightly over Sayin. I think his offensive line is a little better than what Sayin's got. I think the Texas defense is going to be a little better, all that stuff. But what's the most important thing for you for Arch in this game? Knowing that his offensive line he's got Gooseby with a little bit of a hurt hand. He's okay, but he's had a little bit of something going on. This left guard story this week, is it going to be Neto? Probably. But does it sound like he's a badass right now? No, because everybody's talking about Connor Stroh. And then, Robertson at center. Is he going to be awesome? Don't know. How's Baker going to be on the right? All that stuff. What's the most important thing for Arch, knowing that this offensive line is not where they want it to be going into this game?
I think the most important thing for Arch relates to the offensive line, though. It's the running backs. If the line isn't opening enough holes, they have to make it. They have to get positive yards. They have to make sure that Arch isn't backed up against the sticks. So, and Bucky Gobbo used to talk about this all the time, the body lean. When you fall, don't get hit at the line, get those extra 3 yards falling forward, doing those kind of things to where it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, and not 3rd and 9. That's the most important thing to Arch, is to not put him in situations where he tries to be the hero, because he wants it. So that's when he's going to try to force a ball to get a first down that's not there, and a mistake can happen.
Chance, put yourself in Arch's shoes. You're at the Horseshoe, first road start, and it's there. Good Lord. What's the most important thing for him?
So Arch is going to make mistakes. There's going to be a time tomorrow that he misses an identification and a guy comes free. It's going to happen. To me, the biggest thing for Arch and his team around him is, how does he handle that? If something goes wrong, how does he handle it? Is he, the Arch that I think we'll see that's, hey, it's all right, guys, and maybe getting in some people's ass if they missed a block or something like that? Or does he get his dauber down? Because that's one thing about, about Quinn. When things were good or when things were bad, Quinn stayed right here. I think with Arch, you're going to get more of this, because he does get a little bit more excited, and it's how he can handle that dip. How does he handle the first mistake? Because there's going to be one. You're on the road. You're playing a very talented team they'll be competing for a national championship this year. That's who you're playing week 1 at their house in a hostile environment. Mistakes are going to happen. So for me, it's, how does Arch handle the mistakes? He's going to make big plays. I will put every dollar I have in my bank account, he's going to make the big plays. That's fine. How does he handle the mishaps? How does he handle the missteps? And I don't need him to be y'all know who I compare him to all the time. And I think, Bo, you agree with me. He's a baby Josh Allen. Big body, big arm, believes he can make any throw. He's competitive. He doesn't run out of bounds. He's going to try to run you over. He might try to hurl somebody. I need him to be Josh Allen that takes care of the football, not Sugar High Josh that wants to so bad to make it happen that he makes unforced errors.
So I don't want to steal your comparison, but Joel Klatt, I don't know if you saw Joel Klatt's 30-minute deal on Fox tonight. He had a different comparison for Arch, and it actually aligns with where you're going in some ways. Trevor Lawrence. Clemson, Trevor Lawrence.
I hope not.
Well, no. Clemson, Trevor Lawrence, that the offense was designed for passing. He wasn't trying to be a runner, but if the play came, he was so athletic he could become a runner. And that's kind of how I think Sark wants to use Arch. Stay in your lane, but if you get out there, then get out there and go get 30. And I don't think Trevor Lawrence that comparison.
I don't think Trevor Lawrence can run anywhere near like Arch.
I do think Art's a little bit better, a better running athlete. But I kind of get those comparisons. The thing I keep thinking though is both of y'all are talking. It's 5 simple words: reserve the right to kick. Chance at the end of every drive. What should
100%.
happen?
Reserve the right to kick.
Some kind of kick. But also, it's not just the theory of it. It's not just say it because it's true in football. Think about this team, fellas. This defense, that punter that you brought in, who's been bombing 60s in practice, and assuming he's good, this kicker you brought in, show them to the Buckeyes. Show them the kickers. If you get in a situation, show off show off a field goal instead of trying to show off, and it's a tip ball, it's an interception, it's some fumble, whatever. Like that, knowing what you've got in those 3 areas, that is extra important in this game. See if Ohio State can beat you straight up without you giving them stuff. Kick as much as you can and let your defense lean on this team. If I'm Sark, I remind him over and over and over again about his defense. Remember what they've been doing to you in practice. They're about to do that to Julian, saying, don't help.
Don't help.
Don't help. Let them do it. Don't help.
If their average starting field position, Chad, let's say average, is the 21-yard line, how many points is that defense going to give up if Ohio State's having to go 79 yards every drive?
Right. They're going to, you should be able to win that game with 14 points.
Yeah.
If they never get any better than that, it's going to be tough going up and down the field all day.
100%.
Yeah. It's a great point. Always reserve the right to kick, kids. It's a good idea. All right, we're going to reserve the right to get you a mock 5 top 5, which means you got to hear about Integro Construction Services. Bo, tell them about that nanotech stuff.
Go Nano. The Go Nano technology is like a vitamin B12 shot for your roof. It reinvigorates the shingles. It gives you another 5, 10, maybe even 15 years of life on that roof. It's wind resistant up to 150 miles an hour. It can handle the rain, the hail, the sleet, the snow. Instead of getting a new roof, just rejuvenate the roof you have with the Go Nano technology. The licensed dealer here in Central Texas is Integro Construction Services. You can give them a call, 987-1273. That's 987-1273. Or scan the QR code right there and go to their website. It's Integro Construction Services.
I just realized I probably should have if I put the crawl up while you were talking, I could have thrown that number out there right for you. That's my bad, Bo. My bad. Shout out to Integro and everything that they do for us. That means it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for a Mock 5, Top 5, Mock 5, Top 5, Hard Knocks, Red, White, and Blue, Buffalo Bills, Mock 5. All right. This week, again, total coincidence, it is the 5 worst fan bases. Chance, are we keeping this just to college football, or is this all of sports?
I kept it to college football because I don't think it would be as much fun with all of sports because the Philadelphia fans would take up the top 4.
I was going to say, because Michael Irvin sent me a text earlier that if we were going to do all of sports, he had some ideas for you. But okay, we're just going college football. Okay, fair enough. So give us your thoughts. 5 worst fan bases in college football.
That's the same Michael Irvin that guaranteed that they would re-sign a certain pass rusher.
Oh, good Lord. You didn't have to bring that up,
I didn't mention any names, Chad.
Okay, as long as you don't say any names. Trying to have a show here, Chance, talking Texas and Ohio State. I have no idea what you're referencing right now.
All right, number 5 on my list, and it's a team that I don't know. I feel like every time I have a run-in with their fans, they're just obnoxious, and that's the Florida Gators. I know that they're proud of their team. That's wonderful. But for whatever reason, every time I've been around their fans, it's just like, stop, please.
Okay. All right.
It's one team I could never get behind ever.
Gators.
Even when Tebow was playing, I didn't like them.
All right. Gator fans at 5, taking a stray. I like it.
That's right. Number 4, one of our old Big 12 foes. They live in the hills. They make moonshine. They're all related.
Uh-oh.
It's West Virginia. The Mountaineers God love them. They're just rough.
Guys, bro, Chance, I got to go to a game, Texas at West Virginia. I got to watch it firsthand. It's amazing how much they hated y'all. It's so bizarre. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it got created, but the only place that competes with Dallas for upside down Longhorn like stuff and the hand, it's the only place I've ever been, including College Station, that competes on that level with the Sooners and the upside down Longhorn stuff.
Oh, they're brutal. And if you ever want to have a little fun, like go play on the interwebs and try to find clips of the fights during the West Virginia Pitt games, because they really don't like each other either.
Yeah, the backyard brawls for real. That's for real.
It's a good one.
Yeah, great stadium atmosphere, though. That's a great little stadium, man. Cut right into those mountains and stuff. They get after it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, so Florida at 5, West Virginia at 4. All right.
Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is because for some reason they forget that they had decades of drought, and they think that their stuff doesn't stink, and they're pretty much the most arrogant fans in college football, and that resides in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay.
The Crimson Tide.
The Bama fans come in at 3. Houndstooth at 3.
Oh, they're new. Look, they've got a long history. I get it. They had quite a drought there for a while where they weren't really that good. I mean, my whole time at Texas, if we'd have played Alabama, it felt like we were playing Texas Tech. Like, they weren't good. And for Nick Saban comes in and does incredible work, and all of a sudden they forgot all about that. And they are just the greatest thing since sliced bread.
All right.
Number 2, it goes without explanation. The mobile home maniacs in Oklahoma, they suck.
OU, number 2.
Blow you.
So if OU's number 2, Chance, who in the world could be number 1?
Man, okay. Well, first, let me say this. I felt bad because we are in game week. Mm-hmm. And so I went to the interwebs and I asked AI to compile toxicity reports, incidents in the stadium, ejections, arrests, violence, all of this. And this is what Grok spent out.
Okay.
The number 1 worst fan base in college football with a toxicity score of 10 out of 10.
Whoa.
Ohio State. Fueled by their envy over their dominance, their high spending on rosters. Hold on. I just hit the damn button. And consistent success, fans are notorious for their arrogance, their verbal harassment, chanting obscenities, and the we're better than everyone attitude. Nobody really likes them. Stadia data shows that high alcohol-related arrests happen in Ohio Stadium. Ejections contribute to a lot of the hostile environments where many fans are physically assaulted. They're viewed as smug, overbearing, especially online and in rivalries. So it wasn't just me. It was the entire world that said Ohio State fans suck. Y'all are the worst.
I love that you AI'd it and it told you Ohio State. That's fantastic. Fantastic.
Well, it's because it was, since we're about to play them, I was like, that's
perfect.
Yeah.
No, that's too perfect. All right, Bo. So Florida at 5, West Virginia 4, Bama's at 3, OU at 2, and Ohio State at number 1 in Chance's worst fan bases. You want to make any alterations there?
I am going to make one.
Okay.
Just minor. We're getting rid of the Florida Gators.
Gators are out. Okay.
Gators are out.
Gators are out. Who's in?
When Florida came here, there was plenty of Gators in the section I was in, and they were friendly and nice and offered to put me and Mama up if we went to Gainesville.
I see. That's it. Bo thinks he's got a seat in the swamp, Chance. He doesn't want to lose that.
Doesn't matter why. Just Florida. Look, there is a rival of Texas in the SEC whose fans despise Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Right up north, but I'm not talking about Oklahoma. It's Arkansas. We are persona non grata in Arkansas. So Arkansas, not as fun.
Well, you know what? Arbiter of Truth says we're done. No notes. As long as the Razorback fans got in there, I'm good. So I'll let you leave Arkansas. I was gonna take Bama out and put Arkansas in, but we're good. We can leave it right where it is. Arkansas, West Virginia, Bama, OU, Ohio State. let's do it. It is so strange, guys, because over the years, as long as we've all been watching Texas play football, as long as I've been covering Texas playing football, you can't say worst fan base, worst environment, people get treated bad. You can't say it without Texas fans bringing a story from 2005 about going to Columbus. And I saw a couple of Ohio State fans hoping that they would have, a better rep coming out of this game. But I told them I hope they do too, but they are legendary for Chance. Everything you read out. I mean, everything you read just sounds like all these reports that I've heard, how mean everybody was to them, just nastiness, yelling things out, the stuff like, are you yelling at kids, yelling at women? I have yet to hear a good report from 25-22. I want one Texas fan to tell me, man, I don't know what they're talking about. I dug Columbus. I met this nice family. Woman made me a sandwich. And then after the game, we stayed at their house. Like, I've never heard that story.
No. I will tell you this. I don't know how many fans went to that 2005 game. I don't know how many. But I don't know that I knew maybe a dozen people that went to the game, maybe 20. Let's say that. Of that number of people, 2 of those people one had a broken cheek and the other got a broken nose from being jumped in the parking lot after the game.
That's crazy.
Like those numbers are not good.
No, that's just terrible. Terrible. Shout out to Integro Construction Services for sponsoring the Mach 5 Top 5. There's that number one more time. 987-1273. Ask about the Go Nano roof coating. It is the Outsiders, brought to you by Poncho Outdoors. Go PonchoOutdoors.com. We're going to show you those other 9 teams coming up that if you win the national, you buy the shirt. If the team wins the title, they're going to refund your money. We'll get you the rest of that list coming up if you have faith in maybe one of those other 9 teams. We are also going to thank another one of our great partners here. Let's take a look at those Last Stand hats, shall we? There it is. Look at that. Nice and big on your screen with the Last Stand hats. I thought Texas fans, we would just let it wash over you. You're about to play Ohio State. We'll just do a slow pan for you. All the cool Texas stuff that you can get at Last Stand hats, good baseball stuff. That Texas fight, the Texas State logo, very cool. Dig that. Love the tower. I'm a sucker for an established. I like it. I like me an 1883 idea. That's good. The tower and established. A little Bevo action if you want that. All kinds of choices for you at Last Stand Hats. LastStandHats.com. Go check it out. Look at that. All gas, no brakes. They got all kinds of choices for you. Also, if you're at the top of this page, you see Get My Card. You can still go check out that limited edition lifetime membership card. It gets you 30% off of everything forever, plus all this other stuff. Check out LastStandHats.com for the very latest information. They are one of our favorites, of course, and they also bring us the Outsiders hats. Bo's wearing it tonight. I'm wearing it right now. There you go. Little Outsiders hat.
I'm kind of wearing an Outsiders hat. It's a goat.
It is a goat.
And Outsiders hats are kind of the greatest of all time.
That is true. Good point. 12 different color combos on the Outsiders hat. Get your grandmother a hat that says legitimately worth a shit. She will love you for it. Last Stand hats, the true fans brand. We're all picking Texas to win this game against Ohio State. We may get a little bit more in on that. But, Bo, I also understand you have a dick move of the week that you would like to share. I feel like yours is a little more uplifting or a little more humorous than mine because all I'd want to talk about is Jerry and a certain defensive player. So why don't you do the dick move of the week this show?
Well, I was trying to channel what Jason Dick would do if he was going to announce this dick move of the week because I'm sure he caught this story because I think the reason we haven't heard from him is because he went to Burning Man and hasn't found his way back with the windstorm and everything that came of it. But there was an article that came out 2 days ago that said a lot of disgruntled Burning Man people wanted refunds because they took down the Orgy Dome.
The Orgy Dome?
They had built a dome.
Yeah.
Go with what it was.
Sure.
But when the wind started coming, they took the lid
Really?
off, and
That's the
everybody
word you're
got
gonna use,
steamed,
Bo?
and they were all like,
You sure you
and
didn't
they
want
were very
to? You sure you
upset.
didn't want to use when the wind started blowing?
Phrasing. Well, I don't know, Chance. Phrasing either way.
No,
Yeah.
it's when the wind started coming. All of a sudden, the roof blew off.
Phrasing.
I'm just like
Phrasing.
the orgy dome. This is ridiculous.
The orgy dome. See, here's what I want to know, fellas. One, how much? I mean, it's not the first time they've had wind in that area. What is the wind that's required to shut down the orgy dome? I also wonder, is there like a piece of paper? Is there a form that I have to sign? Is there a sign? Like, at an amusement park, it tells me you have to be this tall to ride, and here's what you need to know, and here's about motion sickness and all that. Is there a sign at the orgy dome to explain to me what's expected in the orgy dome?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, but when you walk in the door, it's AI Kenny Loggins playing "Welcome to the Highway to the Orgy Dome."
Come on, man. Highway to the orgy dome. Yeah. Yes. I don't know what that's like, and then do you feel bad if you go to Burning Man and you think, hey, my girl and I went to Burning Man. Yeah. We thought we'd hit the orgy dome. About 5 minutes later, we exited the orgy dome and realized we're not up for the orgy dome. We really aren't. There's a bar you got to hit at the orgy dome, and we were not willing to go there.
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm not gonna go on a biblical speech, but I will say this: I think it's funny as hell with what Burning Man symbolizes and what that dome symbolizes. I think God was just like, nope.
He finally, you know what? Chance, that's a great point. Maybe he's just been busy every other year. Other stuff's been going on. Somebody finally let him know, like, hey, do you know what they're doing at Burning Man? They have a what? And then you're right. All right, we're done. Let's move on. Let's figure something else out.
Chad, I don't know where else we go from there. I think that just closed it out.
The orgy dome. Yeah, the orgy dome might have closed things out. We may have to exit at that point. All right, so
yeah.
It might be the perfect segue for these other 9 teams. Here we go. It is the Outsiders, brought to you by PonchoOutdoors.com. I'll show you the Texas ones again. These are your 3 choices if you're a Texas fan. You see that natty-backed logo with the football in the upper right. And notice, I probably didn't point this out the right way. Notice you got the logo right there on the pocket. See, right there on the left pocket, nice and classy. And the word Texas on all 3 of those right sleeves. So if you're a Texas fan, this is you. If you're a fan of one of these other 9 teams, here are your choices. These are your choices for these other 9 teams. And it just happened that way that the Lubbock ends up being that small. I apologize. I had to squeeze them in.
There's not a good shot at it working out for them. So
I figured of all these 9 teams, they might be the one with the worst shot, but that was so anyway. So not that I think TCU has a great shot, but it ended up being kind of brothers there with the LSU version. So for you, Chance, did you notice the mic in LSU? It is the Western style. So I know you love the mother of pearl snaps. That and TCU are the Western style. All these others are the original with the regular buttons. So if you're fans of any of these teams, these are your natty-backed version. Again, buy the shirt by October 1st. That's the other important part. Circle October 1st on your calendar. Got to get it ordered by then. If the team wins the natty, they are going to refund your money. PonchoOutdoors.com. Go check it out. And also go check out the page where you scan down. They've got someone to represent each of these teams. Kind of fun. R.C. Slocum for A&M. Fulmer for Tennessee. Ben Watson for Georgia. Who is it? It's obviously Colt for Texas. And there's some other good ones in there too. So
they have Ellinger too.
Check them out. Sam's in there for Texas as well as multiple Texas guys. And yeah, so there's some really cool ideas. I can't remember who's Oklahoma's. Oh, it's Bradford, isn't it? Sam Bradford, I think, is Oklahoma's, and Bama's is Greg McElroy. So a lot of names and faces you'll know there at PonchoOutdoors.com.
So Chad, and Bo, I don't know if you've seen this today. Did y'all happen to see Barry Switzer's tweet?
I did not. No.
Okay. So Barry Switzer tweeted and shared a screenshot of a text chain that he had with Archie Manning. Oh, Red, granddad.
Yeah.
And he says, Archie, I never thought there would be a day coming that I'd be pulling for the University of Texas.
Uh-oh.
Archie replied, RC just texted me too, so we got an Aggie and a Sooner pulling for the Horns. I'm honored to have great friends.
Wow, that's awesome. That's very cool. Very cool. Hey, you know what? I'm an Aggie that's right there with them. I ain't rooting for Ohio State in this game, so I'm right there with RC and Barry Switzer. That's very cool. Hey, the heart wants what the heart wants, and those hearts don't want Ohio State to win this game. What are you going to do?
I think it's great that Archie Manning is like, his text threads are with Barry Switzer and RC Slocum. And
yeah, that's a good. Who could get Archie Manning starstruck right now? Like, who is Archie Manning never met? I'd love to know that. Could anybody freak him out?
No.
Could he see any name on his phone that would make him go, "Oh my God, I can't believe that person's calling me"?
Jesus, and then he'd be like, "Don't take me yet. I need to watch my grandson win a national championship."
Sophia Loren.
He's sitting across Archie. Hey, Archie, what is that? Oh, God just sent me a text. Did you see what I did to the orgy dome? That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I got it.
Marilyn Monroe inviting me to Burning Man.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, we're good. Oh, it's fine. We got it done. No big deal. All right, Bo, before we get out of here, why don't you tell the folks about one of our new partners on The Outsiders, who have a very cool logo, by the way. Can I get a shirt? Battalion Fire Protection. Tell them about it, Bo.
Well, I don't know about a shirt, but I can get you a hat.
There we go.
When's the last time your fire extinguisher was inspected? Like in your house, in your business, your fire systems, your sprinkler systems. Battalion Fire Protection makes it easy and affordable. Veteran owned, Central Texas owned, full service fire protection, sprinklers, alarms, extinguishers, inspections, repairs. They protect businesses from Waco to San Antonio, Austin, Georgetown. Battalion Fire Protection. Your life safety is their mission.
There you go. Battalion Fire Protection. Shout out to them, one of our new partners here on The Outsiders. And we appreciate you guys jumping in, whether you're checking us out on Friday as we're debuting in the 10 o'clock hour, or maybe you're taking Chance's advice and you're headed to Columbus. You're just taking us with you. It's a good idea. Take us with you. Y'all jump in the comments. Give us your prediction. Who do you think makes a big play? Are you like Bo? Do you have a prediction that is so specific you could tell us it's a scoop and score by this guy? Bo says it's a pick six from Gilbo. That's the difference in the game. That's what you guys are going to be loving the rest of your life.
When you go through near-death experiences, sometimes you have epiphanies. And I've had the same dream every single night. And it always involves Jalen Gilbo, pick six.
See, what I want for Texas, guys, is I want karma from the semi. So I want another scoop score, sack fumble, but reverse it. So that would be like, I want a Colin Simmons or Anthony Hill hit saying ball pops out. Maybe it's him that picks it up, or maybe we get like a Brian Robinson moment where somebody else, and then Rod Wright get that kind of moment. That's what I'm hoping for Texas. That really puts the dagger in. That's what I'd like to see.
I'm with it, and I think whereas last time you had this big defensive play with Cedric Griffin in the end zone. We all remember it, where he separated the ball from the tight end, which was huge.
Great play. Yeah.
But that game was really, to me, defined by the throw to the end zone to Lima Sweet.
What a
that was the defining moment. I think this game, the defining moment is going to be on defense. I do agree with Bo on that.
Yeah. I didn't really even know, like when that game happened, I don't know that I knew the phrase. Were we using the phrase back shoulder fade when Vince threw that ball to Swede? I don't know if they planned it exactly like that, but it looked, now when I think of back shoulder fades, I think that's kind of what that was.
Well, I mean, a lot of the back shoulder fade stuff, that's right around that time, because that was a Mike Leach, Hal Mummy deal. They're the ones that came up with that.
Yeah.
And so that would have been right around that time.
Yep. It was good stuff. That was a big one for Texas. I've seen highlights of Quan Cosby. Shout out to him for the great play. He and Colt with the great play at the end of that Fiesta Bowl. That's one I forgot about. It's like, wait, what do you mean they've played 4 times? Yeah, that's the other one.
What do you mean they played Quan Cosby man-to-man from the 25 or whatever? Like, what?
He had room to run that route, didn't he? If you want to tell somebody dictionary definition of what the slant looks like, that's it. Especially when you have that much damn space to do it in.
Bad.
Even little Jordan Humphrey at the Cotton Bowl that day thinks that Quan had a lot of space to run those slant routes against Ohio State. Maybe Ohio State will cover the Texas guys same way this week. All right. Also, don't forget, if you're watching us on Friday, kind of early midday, if it's before noon on Friday, or maybe it's before 3 o'clock on Friday. Remember, we're going out to the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room for the live 12 o'clock show on Friday. Come see us, check it out, sip some vodka, have some of that great barbecue. We are at the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room for Friday. And if you need a place to come watch the game, it's TCH Social Austin, the big ass screen. Trust us. It's like the biggest screen in, maybe it's not all of Austin, but if there's a bigger one, I haven't seen it yet. It's a great way to watch the game. Wing special, the beer special. Come on out and see us. And we'll have the post-game show right afterwards. Pile on in to the post-game show at the 2-minute warning. We'll get after it. Hopefully, we'll talk a Texas win.
A dozen wings for $8?
Dozen for $8.
You can't get a dozen wings for $8 anywhere.
I'm telling you.
They've been doing the deal, dude.
They did great specials last year. That $5 beer special does include jellyfish for all my beer snobs out there. $5 pint of jellyfish, do that math in your head. If you buy jellyfish out in public at other places, you know what you're spending. $18 for a can at a concert at Moody. $5 for a pint is a damn good deal. So come see us at TCH Social Austin. All right, I think that's going to be just about to wrap us up. Gentlemen, anything else? Anything else we need to hit? All right. Actually, before we leave, let's hear the cool voice guy say this summer and remind you about specs.
This summer, when the sun scorches and sanity is one sweat beat away from collapse, a hero rises. Specs. Your cathedral of cold cans, your oasis of cool.
There you go. If you're the type that has to stay inside because the nerves would freak you out if you're around people, stock up at Specs, watch the game at your place, jump on the YouTube channel, and check out the post-game show. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and getting the notifications. Subscriber number over 100,000 because of you guys. And Bo told us was it the last show we did, Bo, that went over 400,000 views for the Total Outsiders? Is that right?
Yeah, a little over 425,000 now.
How about that? Over 425,000 views. That's because of you guys. There's no way we could click that many times. So y'all have to be watching at some point.
And there was a pretty big deal today, right, Chad?
Very early this morning, Chance, went over 100,000 subscribers. Yes. Thank you guys for helping us do that. Apparently that's a big deal in YouTube land. We will hopefully find out how big a deal that is. Thank you guys. And we'll now grow. I've said it for a long time. We cannot get to 8 million until we get to those other numbers. So now we're looking for 110, 120 on our way to 8 million. When we get to 8 million, we'll just set a new goal. That's always been my goal. So y'all check it out. Thank you for all your support. Check out all the good content. We'll be back next week.
Hey, should I say that our goal is 188 million in over 4 years?
No, you cannot say that. That you cannot say. How dare you? Chance may or may not be on the show next week for what he just did. Next week,
it's guaranteed. It's 120 guaranteed.
Just one outside. Bo may not be on either. But one show next week. One on Tuesday. We'll debut at 10 a.m. talking about obviously what happens in Columbus and maybe a little bit of San Jose State as well. Y'all take care. Until the next Outsiders, we are the Outsiders. And whether you are inside or outside the Orgy Dome, whatever it is you decide to do in your dome, try to be legitimately worth a shit. To you.